Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to do a Chewy review on the collection rewards for the Stage 4 Team Affinity Finest 2020 cards, as well as the cards you can get in the Finest 2020 packs that you unlock, either by doing the Stage 4 Team Affinity Conquest maps that are done for each team, or getting to 250 fans or 300 fans within the Team Affinity Reward Pass. Essentially, it's going to be 5 cards. It's a Pat Neshek, Luis Severino, Cattell Marte, Nolan Arenado, and Francisco Lindor. Give each of them an in-depth true review. Before we get into those true reviews, the best way to support this channel is to hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know I'm uploading more videos, as well as leave a comment down below. That way we can have a discussion about these 5 collection rewards and whether or not you guys think they're good cards. Let's get into it. Pat Neshek. In 2017, Pat Neshek probably had the best season of his career. He played for the Philadelphia Phillies in the first part of the season. He got traded to the Colorado Rockies halfway through the year and actually plays for the Philadelphia Phillies again. He actually was in his last year of his contract when they traded him. It was a trade deadline trade to help the Rockies on their push into the playoffs, and then he went and signed back with the Phillies at the end of the season. So if you guys are kind of curious and didn't maybe know that he played for the Colorado Rockies at any point in his career, is actually just a midseason trade and half of a season. Nonetheless, he was the show 17's finest card, 95 overall for the Colorado Rockies. He's a right-handed thrower, submarine pitcher, throws sidearm, submarine, whatever you guys want to consider it. He has a very unique release point. And he's a switch hitter if he ever gets to bat, which he shouldn't because he probably end up in your bullpen. He has a 3-pitch repertoire that consists of a slider, sinker, and circle change. He doesn't throw the ball very hard. His sinker is his hardest pitch. It's only going to go about 93 miles an hour. He throws a slider that goes 83 and a circle change that goes 70 miles an hour. In this season that was split between the Phillies and the Rockies, Neshek had a 5-3 record, had an ERA of 1.59, an ERA plus of 290, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, that's super high. The average is 100. He was at 290, so that's very good. A fielding independent pitching, or FIP, which is essentially your ERA independent of pitching, was 1.86. He had a whip of 0.866, which is very good, and a WAR of 2.8, which is a very high WAR for a relief pitcher. Now let's go and see how that translates to his attributes. Looking at his attributes, he has 28 stamina, 104 hits per 9, 100 K per 9, 113 base on balls per 9, 99 home run per 9, 125 pitching clutch, 95 control, 70 velocity, and 99 break. I do think for a 95 overall card, this Pat Neshek is an amazing card. Even though he doesn't throw very hard and only has 3 pitches, the fact that he's a submariner, or at least considered a submariner, even though I think he more throws from the side than necessarily a submariner, very unique. I think it makes him very hard to hit. Let's look at his quirks real quick. For his quirks, he has pressure cooker, stingy, untouchable, control artist, grounded, sinker baller, knee buckler, and illusionist. So all 3 of his pitches are going to have slight boosts based on his quirks. I think that's pretty important in my personal opinion. I do think he can be a viable bullpen arm, especially if you started the game off with a hard-throwing starting pitcher and bring this Neshek in the 7th or 8th inning, or even the 6th inning if you got to bring him in early. Like if you switch from a Jacob deGrom or a Walter Johnson and then you go to this Pat Neshek, the change of speed in general is going to really throw your opponent off. After a couple batters, you might get used to the pitch speed, but you should only be using Neshek for maybe 3, 4, 5 hitters at the most. And I think that's enough with his unique throw style and the different types of pitches to make him effective. I know I'm going to try him on my bullpen at least. I think you guys should do the same. The way to get him is to collect 5 of the finest 2020 cards, so it's not like he's even a hard card to get when it comes to picking him up here. I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. I don't think he's necessarily a must-have in your bullpen, but I do think he is more than a sufficient starter. I'm going to give him a try, see how it works. I think he can be very useful. We're going to go with 4 Chewies here. Luis Severino. Another finest card in 2017 is this Luis Severino, 98 overall, starting pitcher for the New York Yankees, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting, and he was an absolute gunslinger in 2017. He's a 4-pitch repertoire that consists of a 4-seam fastball going to go 100 miles an hour, maybe 101, a slider that's going to go 89 to 92 miles an hour, changeup that's going to go 87 to 90 miles an hour, and a cutter that's going to go 95 to 97 miles an hour. Doesn't have the best pitch repertoire, however, it's not that bad. I wish he would have like a sinker maybe, would make him more effective, especially compared to some of the starting pitchers we just got in the game. As for his 2017 season, Severino was 14-6 in his win-loss record, an ERA of 2.98, an ERA plus of 152, a FIP of 3.08, a WHIP of 1.040, and a WAR of 5.4. He was an all-star and was third in the Cy Young voting. Honestly, I think that Severino should probably have a little bit of a more juiced card, especially for some of the statistics. And compared to some of the finest 2020 cards we got this year, I feel like they could have juiced them a little bit for the game. In the 2017 game when he came out, these attributes would be absolutely ridiculous. However, I think he should have got them boosted a little bit for this game just based on the other pitchers that came out. Looking at his attributes, is 110 stamina, 102 hits per 9, 100 K per 9, 87 base on balls per 9, 81 home run per 9, 84 pitching clutch, 87 control, 97 velocity, 95 break. Looking at his quirks, he has workhorse, stingy, untouchable, control artist, grounded, cheesy, knee buckler, and illusionist. So he does have a couple boosts to his pitches here, or at least pitches that are very effective. Unfortunately, does not have Outlier 1. I would have really liked him to add Outlier 1 to this card, would have made him a little bit more effective. Based on some of the other cards we got and all the starting pitchers in the game right now, this Severino is not even close to the top 10. He might not even be top 20, in my personal opinion. Doesn't have a great pitch repertoire, doesn't have outstanding 9s compared to some of the guys we just got. I'm going to give this Severino 3 Chewies. If you're a Yankees fan, go ahead and use them. Other than that, I don't really see a point on using them unless you're making a Yankees theme team, and he'd probably be the 4th or 5th pitcher on that theme team. Like, I don't even think he's better than the Garrett Cole that just came out. So we'll give him 3 Chewies. Cattell Marte. 2019, essentially last year's game, they had a fan vote for the finest cards, and Cattell Marte was chosen as a 2019 finest for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's a 99 overall, switch hitter, right-handed throwing center fielder. He has secondary positions at second base, shortstop, left field, and right field. Diamond hitting, gold defense. In this season, Marte batted .329 with an on-base percentage of .389, a slugging of .592, an OPS of .981, an OPS plus of .148. He hit 32 home runs and had 92 RBIs with a WAR of 6.6. I actually think his attributes are pretty spot on when it comes to the type of season that he had. Looking at the attributes, he has 113 contact versus righty, 115 contact versus lefty, 84 power versus righty, 105 power versus lefty, 113 vision, 79 discipline, 98 clutch. In the field, he has 79 fielding, 78 arm strength, 79 arm accuracy, 82 reaction with 75 speed, 58 stealing, and 50 base running aggressiveness. What I will say about this Marte is they have a very glitchy swing, great hitting attributes. He's always going to have a good righty-lefty matchup or lefty-righty matchup because he is a switch hitter. I think he's one of the more undervalued cards when people are talking about finest or cards that you can get. To obtain this Marte, you're going to have 20 of the finest 2020 cards. So whether they come out of packs or whether you get them from the Stage 4 team affinities, you need 20 of them to get this Marte. Looking at his quirks, he has hitting machine bomber, 2020 vision, and pressure cooker, so they did not give him any live series quirks. They did not do that for the pitchers or for any of the hitters in this collection because they're all players from a couple years ago or not. I will say that the Marte, with his good swing, being a switch hitter, a little bit underrated, can play a lot of positions. I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. The only thing is, 3 of his positions of the outfield absolutely stacked, and you have second base and shortstop, which is also super loaded so far this year. So 4 Chewies if you're comparing him to everybody else in the game. Nolan Arenado. Once again, this is a card from the finest the Show 19 series, and essentially it was a fan vote, and this is Nolan Arenado, the 99 overall third baseman for the Colorado Rockies. He can also play first base, right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. As you guys know, Arenado is one of the best defensive third basemen to play in the game, maybe in the history of baseball when it's all said and done and he retires. He has diamond hitting, diamond defense. In this season, he batted .315, on-base percentage of .379, a slugging of .583, an OPS of .962, an OPS plus of .130. He had 41 home runs, 118 RBIs. He had a WAR of 6.7. He was an all-star and won the Gold Glove at third base in the National League. Looking at that, his attributes are pretty spot on. I think they're a little bit lower than I'd like to see them. I'd like to see them closer to the Manny Machados from the 2020 Finest Series, but they're not. He has 106 contact versus righty, 107 contact versus lefty, 99 power versus righty, 112 power versus lefty. I feel like his contact and power versus lefty could have been a little bit higher, even if he kept his stuff against righties the same. But he has 111 vision, 85 discipline, 114 clutch. He has 90 fielding, which I think the 90 fielding is low because he won the Gold Glove the same year that Matt Chapman won the Gold Glove, and Matt Chapman has a 99 overall fielding, and him and Arenado were, I believe, head-to-head are in the top 3 for the Platinum Glove, where it's the best fielder in the entire leagues, in both of their leagues. So to have him 9 points lower than Chapman, who was his counterpart in the American League, I think that's a little bit disrespectful to Arenado. But he has 97 arm strength, 84 arm accuracy, and 99 reaction. Like I said, I just feel like defensively this card should be bumped a little bit. He had a very good year. He won the Gold Glove at third base. There's no reason he shouldn't have higher fielding. And then he's 38 speed, 33 stealing, and 43 base running aggressiveness. For the Arenado, his swing has a slight hitch in it. Some people mash with Arenado. Some people struggle with him. I'm one of the guys that struggle with him. I'm not going to let it affect his Chewy rating. However, just letting you guys know I don't hit well with Arenado. I want to because I love watching Arenado in real life. Let's look at his quirks real quick. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, soft hands, quick reflexes, cannon, sniper, pressure cooker, and unbreakable. As you guys can see, he has all the typical quirks that a great fielder and great hitter have. I really want to give this Arenado a higher rating than he probably deserves, but I'm going to go with the 4 Chewies. I think there's some other third basemen in the game that are a little bit better than him. You can bump some of the shortstops over to third base. And the fact that you can get the Manny Machado essentially for free by just doing showdowns and the Conquest map, why would you play Arenado over that Manny Machado? Machado has a better swing, and he has better attributes, better all-around card than this Arenado. So it kind of stinks that they didn't give him a boost to at least have him compete with that Manny Machado at third base. I mean, literally, Manny Machado has like a couple points in every attribute category, even speed. So Machado's better than Arenado, but if you're a Rockies fan, pick him up. If you like Arenado over Machado, play this Arenado for sure, but I'm going to give him 4 Chewies. Francisco Lindor. The last card you can obtain from the collection, which takes 30 Finest 2020 cards, or Finest cards in general, because you don't necessarily need to be 2020, because you can use like the Pat Neshek when you unlock these other guys and throw them in the collection as well, is Francisco Lindor, 99 overall, 2018 Finest. You can pair him up with the Prestige XP Reward Path, Jose Ramirez. You can get yourself some Tag Team, The Show, 18 Finest cards from the Cleveland Indians. This Lindor is a shortstop switch hitter, throws right-handed, can play second base and third base. He has diamond hitting and diamond defense. For the season, he batted .277, an on-base percentage of .352, had a slugging of .579, an OPS of .871, and OPS plus of .132. He ate 38 home runs, had 92 RBIs, stole 25 bases, led the American League in runs scored 129, and had a WAR of 7.8. Looking at his attributes, he had 85 contact versus righty, 125 contact versus lefty, 105 power versus righty, 100 power versus lefty, 92 vision, 82 discipline, 99 clutch. In the field, he has 99 fielding, 81 arm strength, 83 arm accuracy, 92 reaction, 73 speed, 78 stealing, and 70 base running aggressiveness. Let's take a quick look at his quirks. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, soft hands, quick reflexes, sniper, thief, pressure cooker, and unbreakable. For me, the Lindor is a very good card. He's going to play above his attributes. He has one of the best swings in the entire game. Another switch hitter, just like Marte. I think they're both a little bit underrated. I'm going to give Lindor 4 Chewies. I just think there's so much depth and shortstop in the game, as well as second base and third base, that I just don't know if he gets in your starting lineup unless you're a Cleveland Indian fan or you really, really like Lindor's swing. He will play above his attributes. He's going to drive the ball into the gaps. So I am going to try him out a little bit. But some of the other cards that you can get at shortstop, just from the Stage 4 Team Affinity, are already having the Fernando Tatis Jr., or the Carlos Correa that you can get from the playoffs for free. There's just so many other options you can play in the infield that I just don't know if this Lindor is better than those cards. So that's why we're going to go with 4 Chewies here. I do think he's a very good card, though. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up this video about the finest collection rewards that consist of Neshek, Severino, Marte, Arenado, and Lindor. You guys let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about these 5 cards. I think you should at least try them out if you enjoy their swings or how they play or just enjoy the players in general. It's the end of the game pretty much. Just play with them. What's it matter if you have the ultimate God Squad or not? These guys are more than sufficient to win you some ball games out here. And they're pretty much free if you just do the reward path for the team affinities. So I don't see an issue with trying out any of these cards. I personally am going to try out all 5 of them. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Don't forget to comment down below, once again, what you guys think about these cards. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. Like and share this video. You guys have a great day and be safe.